In this video, I will discuss the concept of Stoicism and how it can help us navigate life's challenges with resilience and a calm mindset. I will explain the 8 Stoic rules to be mentally unstoppable. The general theme of this video is to provide practical insights and examples on how to incorporate Stoic principles into our daily lives in order to become mentally unstoppable. I encourage you to stay stoic and watch till the end to gain a deeper understanding of how Stoicism can positively impact your mindset and overall well-being. Let's dive deeper into the first rule from the list, focusing on what you can control. In the philosophy of Stoicism, one of the fundamental teachings is the notion that we should focus our energy and attention on what is within our control, rather than wasting it on external factors that are beyond our influence. This principle is rooted in the understanding that we have limited power over the events and circumstances that unfold in our lives, but we have complete control over our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Imagine you're planning a picnic in the park with your friends. You've spent hours preparing the food, packing the essentials, and anticipating a fun day outdoors. However, on the day of the picnic, it starts pouring rain. You could easily get frustrated and upset, blaming the weather for ruining your plans. But according to Stoicism, the rain is beyond your control. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment and complaining about the weather, you can choose to focus on what you can control, your response to the situation. By shifting your mindset and focusing on what you can control, you can maintain your composure and adapt to the circumstances. In this case, you might suggest an alternative plan, such as rescheduling the picnic for another day or finding an indoor venue to enjoy your time together. By accepting what you cannot change and directing your attention towards finding a solution, you become mentally unstoppable. Applying this principle to various aspects of life can have a profound impact. For example, in your career, instead of fixating on promotions or pay raises, which are ultimately determined by external factors, you can focus on honing your skills, expanding your knowledge, and delivering your best work. By directing your efforts towards self-improvement and personal growth, you enhance your chances of success regardless of the outcome of external circumstances. Relationships are another area where this principle can be transformative. Often we become frustrated or disheartened when others do not behave as we expect or desire. However, Stoicism reminds us that we cannot control how others think or act. What we can control is how we respond to their behavior and how we choose to interact with them. By focusing on our own actions, being kind, empathetic, and understanding, we can foster healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Moreover, this principle is especially relevant in times of adversity and uncertainty. Consider a situation where you face a sudden financial setback, such as losing your job. While you may not have control over the job market or the economy, you do have control over the job market or the approach to the situation. Instead of dwelling on the negative circumstances, you can channel your energy into updating your resume, networking, and exploring new opportunities. By focusing on what you can control, you maintain a sense of agency and resilience in the face of challenges. The practice of focusing on what you can control is not about denying or ignoring external circumstances, but rather about recognizing where to direct your attention and energy. It empowers you to take charge of your own life, make intentional choices, and cultivate a sense of inner strength. By accepting the limits of your control and aligning your efforts with what lies within your sphere of influence, you become mentally unstoppable, able to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity. As you watch this video, I encourage you to reflect on the areas of your life where you often find yourself focusing on things beyond your control. Consider how applying the principle of focusing on what you can control can bring about a positive shift in your mindset and overall well-being. Stay stoic and watch till the end to discover more Stoic principles that can help you become mentally unstoppable. Let's delve deeper into the second rule from the list, embrace the power of acceptance. Stoicism teaches us that one of the keys to inner peace and mental strength is accepting things as they are, rather than resisting or fighting against them. This principle of acceptance does not imply passivity or indifference. Instead, it encourages us to acknowledge and embrace reality, recognizing that some things are beyond our control. When we resist or deny reality, we create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. For example, if we constantly resist the fact that life is inherently unpredictable and full of uncertainties, we may find ourselves perpetually anxious and stressed. However, by choosing to accept the unpredictability of life, we can redirect our energy towards adapting and finding solutions to the challenges that arise. Acceptance also enables us to let go of attachments to outcomes and expectations. Stoics believe that our happiness should not be contingent upon external circumstances or the fulfillment of our desires. By accepting that outcomes are not always within our control, we free ourselves from the grip of disappointment and frustration when things don't go as planned. Consider a situation where you've been working hard towards a promotion at work. Despite your best efforts, someone else gets the promotion instead. If you resist this reality, you may feel bitter, resentful, and demotivated. However, by practicing acceptance, you can acknowledge that the decision was beyond your control and focus on what you can do to grow professionally or seek other opportunities. Moreover, acceptance allows us to cultivate a sense of equanimity in the face of adversity. Stoicism teaches us that pain and suffering are inevitable aspects of life, but our reaction to them is within our control. By accepting the presence of pain or hardship, we can approach them with a calm and composed mindset, seeking inner strength and resilience. For instance, imagine you experience a personal loss or a setback in your life. Instead of resisting the pain or dwelling in negativity, you can choose to accept the situation and learn from it. This acceptance doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine, but rather acknowledging the reality and finding ways to cope and grow stronger through the experience. It's important to note that acceptance doesn't imply a passive resignation to circumstances or a lack of effort to improve our lives. Stoicism encourages us to take action and make the best use of our abilities, but with the understanding that there are certain outcomes beyond our control. It is about finding the serenity to accept what we cannot change and the wisdom to focus our efforts on what we can. In summary, embracing the power of acceptance is a fundamental principle of Stoicism. By accepting the reality of situations, letting go of attachments, and approaching challenges with equanimity, we can cultivate inner peace, resilience, and a greater sense of control over our own reaction. So, let's strive to adopt this Stoic virtue of acceptance and witness the transformative impact it can have on our lives. Stay stoic and embrace the power of acceptance till the end. Let's delve deeper into rule number 3. Practice negative visualization. This powerful Stoic practice involves intentionally imagining worst-case scenarios to mentally prepare ourselves for potential challenges and setbacks. In our daily lives, we often experience unexpected obstacles and difficulties. These can catch us off guard and leave us feeling overwhelmed and unprepared. However, the Stoics believed that by practicing negative visualization, we can develop resilience and equip ourselves with the mental fortitude needed to face any adversity that comes our way. Negative visualization involves imagining the worst possible outcomes in different areas of our lives. By contemplating and visualizing these scenarios, we confront our fears and anxieties head-on. This practice allows us to examine our reactions, emotions, and coping mechanisms in a controlled environment. For instance, let's consider a scenario where you have a crucial job interview. You can practice negative visualization by imagining the worst-case scenario, stumbling over your words, not being able to answer the questions confidently, and ultimately not getting the job. As you visualize this scenario, you may experience feelings of unease and discomfort. However, by allowing yourself to fully explore these emotions, you can begin to detach from them and maintain a sense of calm. The purpose of negative visualization is not to dwell on these worst-case scenarios or to become consumed by fear and anxiety. Instead, it serves as a mental exercise, enabling us to evaluate our emotional and psychological responses to potential setbacks. By doing so, we can better prepare ourselves to handle challenging situations in reality. Through negative visualization, we also gain a deeper appreciation for the present moment and the things we often take for granted. We become more aware of the fragility and impermanence of life, which cultivates gratitude and a greater sense of appreciation for what we have. For example, imagine visualizing a situation where you lose a loved one. By contemplating the possibility of their absence, you are reminded of the preciousness of their presence in your life. This exercise fosters gratitude and prompts you to cherish the time you have with them, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful relationship. Moreover, negative visualization helps us develop a sense of equanimity. When we are constantly fixated on positive outcomes and become attached to specific expectations, we set ourselves up for disappointment and frustration when things don't go as planned. By embracing the possibility of negative outcomes, we become more adaptable and resilient. We learn to accept that life is unpredictable and that setbacks and difficulties are part of the human experience. By incorporating negative visualization into our lives, we gain a valuable tool for mental preparation and resilience. We become mentally equipped to handle challenges with a calm and composed demeanor, rather than being blindsided by unexpected events. This practice allows us to foster a mindset that embraces change, uncertainty, and the inherent unpredictability of life. It is important to note that negative visualization is not meant to be a pessimistic exercise. Rather, it is a tool for psychological and emotional preparation. By confronting our fears and anxieties in a controlled environment, we can cultivate a sense of inner strength and serenity that enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. So, I encourage you to incorporate the practice of negative visualization into your life. Take a few moments each day to imagine worst-case scenarios and explore your emotional reactions to them. By doing so, you will develop the mental resilience and fortitude to face whatever life throws your way, ultimately leading to a more stoic and fulfilling existence. Rule number 4 from the list is to develop an inner locus of control. This principle is at the core of Stoicism and encourages individuals to shift their focus from external events to their own internal reactions. By cultivating an inner locus of control, Stoics believe that we can take charge of our own lives and find a sense of empowerment and resilience. In today's fast-paced and unpredictable world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and powerless. We often find ourselves blaming external circumstances or other people for our failures, frustrations, and disappointments. However, Stoicism teaches us that true power lies within ourselves, in our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. To develop an inner locus of control, we must first recognize that we have the ability to choose our response to any given situation. While we may not have control over external events, we have the power to control how we interpret and react to them. This shift in mindset empowers us to take responsibility for our own lives and make conscious choices that align with our values and goals. Imagine the situation where you're passed over for a promotion at work. The external event, in this case, is the promotion going to someone else. Instead of blaming your boss or feeling resentful, an inner locus of control allows you to reflect on your own actions and identify areas for improvement. You might ask yourself, what skills or experiences do I need to develop in order to be considered for future opportunities? By focusing on what you can control, your own growth and development, you can turn this setback into an opportunity for self-improvement. Developing an inner locus of control also means recognizing that our thoughts and attitudes are within our control. Stoics teach us that it's not the external circumstances that cause our emotional reactions, but rather our own judgments and interpretations of those circumstances. By becoming aware of our thought patterns and actively choosing more constructive and rational perspectives, we can reduce unnecessary stress and anxiety. For example, if you're stuck in traffic and running late for an important meeting, you can choose to get frustrated and allow your mood to be negatively affected. Alternatively, with an inner locus of control, you can reframe the situation and focus on what you can do in that moment, such as listening to a podcast or practicing deep breathing exercises to maintain a sense of calm. It's important to note that developing an inner locus of control does not mean denying the existence of external factors or dismissing the impact they can have on our lives. Rather, it means recognizing that while we may not have control over everything that happens to us, we always have control over how we respond. By embracing an inner locus of control, we become more resilient in the face of adversity. We understand that setbacks are temporary and that we have the power to adapt and overcome. This mindset shift allows us to approach challenges with a sense of agency and purpose, rather than feeling helpless or defeated. In conclusion, developing an inner locus of control is a fundamental principle of Stoicism. By recognizing that we have control over our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we can navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and empowerment. Cultivating an inner locus of control enables us to take responsibility for our own lives, make conscious choices, and find a sense of peace and stability amidst the chaos of the external world. So, let us embrace this Stoic principle and harness the power within ourselves to become mentally unstoppable. Rule number 5 from the list is cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is an essential aspect of Stoic philosophy, as it helps us appreciate and find contentment in the present moment. By cultivating gratitude, we can shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, leading to a more positive and fulfilling life. Gratitude is the practice of acknowledging and being thankful for the blessings, big and small, that we experience in our lives. It involves recognizing the positive aspects of our existence, whether it's our health, relationships, achievements, or the simple joys that surround us. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness lies not in the accumulation of material possessions or external validation, but rather in our ability to appreciate and be grateful for what we have right now. In our modern society, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of more. We often find ourselves constantly striving for the next goal or acquisition, believing that it will bring us happiness and fulfillment. However, Stoicism reminds us that true contentment comes from within, from cultivating a mindset of gratitude and recognizing the abundance that already exists in our lives. Practicing gratitude can have a profound impact on our mental well-being. Research has shown that individuals who regularly express gratitude experience lower levels of stress, improved sleep quality, increased self-esteem, and better overall psychological health. By focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, we can shift our attention away from negativity and cultivate a more optimistic outlook. So, how can we cultivate gratitude in our daily lives? One powerful practice is to keep a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be as simple as enjoying a delicious meal, spending time with loved ones, or witnessing a beautiful sunset. By consciously acknowledging these moments of gratitude, we train our minds to seek out and appreciate the positive aspects of our lives. Another way to cultivate gratitude is through acts of kindness. By expressing gratitude to others, we not only uplift their spirits but also reinforce our own sense of gratitude. Whether it's writing a thank you note, giving a sincere compliment, or simply saying thank you. More often, these small gestures can have a significant impact on our relationships and overall well-being. Additionally, Stoicism encourages us to practice a form of negative visualization. By imagining the absence of the things we often take for granted, such as our health, loved ones, or even the basic necessities of life, we gain a deeper appreciation for their presence. This exercise of contemplating loss can help us develop a profound sense of gratitude for what we currently have. Cultivating gratitude is not about denying or ignoring the challenges and difficulties we face. It's about finding moments of appreciation amidst the chaos and uncertainty of life. By embracing gratitude, we can change our perspective and approach challenges with a more resilient and positive mindset. In conclusion, gratitude is a powerful practice that lies at the heart of Stoicism. By cultivating gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, leading to greater contentment, happiness, and resilience. Through practices such as gratitude journaling, acts of kindness, and negative visualization, we can actively cultivate gratitude in our daily lives. So let us embrace the power of gratitude and watch as it transforms our mindset and enhances our overall well-being. Stay stoic and embrace the practice of gratitude to live a more fulfilling and mentally unstoppable life. Rule number 6 from the list is to practice self-discipline. Self-discipline is a fundamental principle in Stoicism and plays a crucial role in living a virtuous life. It involves making conscious choices and exerting control over our thoughts, actions, and desires. By cultivating self-discipline, we can develop the ability to resist temptations, overcome obstacles, and stay committed to our goal. In today's world, self-discipline is often associated with strict rules and deprivation. However, Stoicism approaches self-discipline from a different perspective. It is not about denying ourselves pleasure or punishing ourselves. Rather, it is about aligning our actions with our values and long-term well-being. To practice self-discipline, we need to identify our core values and set clear goals. This allows us to make decisions that are in line with our principles and long-term aspirations. For example, if one of your values is health, you may set a goal to exercise regularly and eat a balanced diet. Self-discipline comes into play when you resist the temptation to skip a workout or indulge in unhealthy food choices. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment and the choices we make in each moment. It urges us to stay mindful of our actions and avoid impulsive or detrimental behaviors. For instance, if you have a habit of procrastinating, self-discipline encourages you to recognize the negative consequences of postponing tasks and choose to take immediate action instead. Another aspect of self-discipline in Stoicism is the practice of moderation. Stoics believe that excess and extremes are detrimental to our well-being. By exercising moderation, we can avoid excessive indulgence or extreme behaviors that may lead to negative outcomes. For example, practicing moderation in our consumption of food, alcohol, or material possessions can help us maintain a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Self-discipline also involves creating positive habits and routines. By consistently engaging in actions that align with our values, these behaviors become second nature to us. For instance, if you value continuous learning, you can develop a habit of reading regularly or dedicating a specific time each day for learning new skills. Over time, this habit becomes ingrained and self-discipline becomes less of a conscious effort. Stoicism acknowledges that self-discipline is not always easy. It requires effort, perseverance, and a willingness to face discomfort. However, the rewards of self-discipline are immense. It helps us build character, develop resilience, and achieve our goal. By exercising self-discipline, we become the masters of our own lives, rather than being controlled by our impulses and external circumstances. It's important to note that self-discipline should be practiced with self-compassion. We are human, and we may stumble or fall off track at times. Stoicism encourages us to acknowledge our mistakes, learn from them, and get back on course. Instead of beating ourselves up over slip-ups, we should approach them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. In conclusion, self-discipline is a vital aspect of Stoic philosophy. It empowers us to make conscious choices, resist temptations, and stay committed to our values and goals. By practicing self-discipline, we can lead a life of purpose, virtue, and fulfillment. So, let us embrace self-discipline as a powerful tool in our journey towards becoming mentally unstoppable. Rule number 7 on our list of Stoic rules to be mentally unstoppable is to focus on the bigger picture. Stoics encourage us to zoom out and view our problems from a broader perspective. By doing so, we can gain a clearer understanding of the transient nature of our challenges and develop a more balanced and resilient mindset. In our daily lives, it's easy to get caught up in the immediate stressors or setbacks that come our way. We tend to magnify their importance, allowing them to consume our thoughts and emotions. However, Stoicism teaches us to take a step back and consider the bigger picture. One aspect of focusing on the bigger picture is recognizing that setbacks and failures are often temporary and relatively small in the grand scheme of things. Stoics remind us that life is a journey filled with ups and downs, and that each setback is simply a part of that journey. By adopting this perspective, we can avoid becoming overwhelmed by the immediate challenges we face. For example, imagine you're working on a project for work, and you encounter a major setback that puts you behind schedule. Instead of fixating on the setback and feeling disheartened, a Stoic approach would involve acknowledging the setback as a temporary obstacle and refocusing on the overall goal of completing the project successfully. By shifting your focus to the bigger picture, you can maintain a sense of purpose and motivation instead of getting caught up in negativity or self-doubt. Another aspect of focusing on the bigger picture is recognizing that our problems are often minuscule when compared to the vastness of the universe. Stoics encourage us to contemplate the grandeur and complexity of the world around us, which can help put our own struggles into perspective. For instance, imagine you're feeling stressed about a conflict with a coworker. Taking a moment to step outside and observe the beauty of nature, the vastness of the sky, or the intricate details of a flower can remind you of the larger world beyond your immediate concerns. This can help diminish the significance of the conflict and remind you that there are far more important and awe-inspiring things in existence. By focusing on the bigger picture, we also gain a clearer understanding of the impermanence of our circumstances. Stoics emphasize the transient nature of life, reminding us that change is an inherent part of the human experience. This understanding allows us to approach challenges with a more detached and accepting mindset. For example, consider a situation where you experience a financial setback, such as losing a significant amount of money in an investment. While it's natural to feel initial distress, a Stoic perspective would involve recognizing that material wealth is fleeting and that our sense of contentment and well-being should not be dependent solely on external circumstances. By focusing on the bigger picture, we can cultivate a sense of inner stability and resilience that helps us navigate through difficult times. In summary, focusing on the bigger picture is a crucial Stoic principle that allows us to maintain perspective, resilience, and mental strength. By zooming out and considering the transient nature of our challenges, the vastness of the universe, and the impermanence of our circumstances, we can adopt a more balanced and Stoic mindset. So let us remember to focus on the bigger picture and keep our minds steady as we navigate the ups and downs of life. Rule number 8 from the list is to live in accordance with nature. In Stoicism, living in accordance with nature means aligning our actions and desires with the natural order of the universe. This principle emphasizes the importance of accepting and embracing the inherent qualities of life, recognizing the impermanence of things, and adapting to change. To understand this concept better, let's explore how living in accordance with nature can be applied in our daily lives. One aspect of this rule involves accepting the transitory nature of life. The Stoics recognize that everything is subject to change, and by acknowledging this reality, we can learn to let go of attachments and expectations. For example, rather than resisting the passage of time or clinging to the past, we can embrace the present moment and appreciate it for what it is. Another aspect of living in accordance with nature is aligning our desires with what is truly essential. The Stoics believe that true happiness and fulfillment come from focusing on virtues and cultivating inner qualities rather than pursuing external possessions or status. By shifting our desires towards wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline, we can find a deeper sense of purpose and contentment. Living in accordance with nature also means recognizing our interconnectedness with the world around us. Stoicism teaches us that we are part of a larger whole, and our actions have an impact on others and the environment. By cultivating empathy, compassion, and a sense of responsibility, we can contribute to the well-being of society and the world. Additionally, living in accordance with nature involves accepting the inevitability of change and embracing it rather than resisting it. Life is a constant flux, and the Stoics believe that our ability to adapt to change is crucial for our well-being. By developing resilience and flexibility, we can navigate through life's challenges with greater ease. For example, instead of resisting a career change or relocation, we can approach it with an open mind and see it as an opportunity for growth and new experiences. Practicing this rule also encourages us to align our actions with our values and principles. Stoicism emphasizes living a virtuous life, guided by reason and moral integrity. By consistently acting in accordance with our values, we not only cultivate a strong sense of personal integrity, but also contribute to the greater good. To live in accordance with nature, the Stoics recognize the importance of self-reflection and self-awareness. By regularly examining our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we can identify areas where we may be out of alignment and make necessary adjustments. This introspection allows us to grow and evolve as individuals, constantly striving to live in harmony with the natural order of the universe. In summary, living in accordance with nature, as taught by Stoicism, is about aligning our actions, desires, and mindset with the natural order of the universe. It involves accepting the transient nature of things, focusing on virtues rather than external possessions, recognizing our interconnectedness, embracing change, and aligning our actions with our values. By embracing this principle, we can find greater peace, contentment, and resilience in our lives. So, let's strive to live in accordance with nature and embrace the wisdom of Stoicism. Stay stoic and watch till the end to explore more insights on how to apply Stoic principles to become mentally unstoppable.